Coach Pat Fitzgerald weighs in on the sanctions Penn State faces. Stunned students and the rest of Happy Valley are trying to cope with the NCAA's decision. But will those sanctions make a difference? Will they do anything to crack the culture of silence around child sexual abuse? Clinical psychologist Dr. Sheela weighs in and joins us now here on set. So what do you think?
I think that these sanctions send a very strong message that they have to move away from a culture of power and secrecy towards protection. Protection not only of kids and of students and individual dignity, but also protection of whistleblowers, but people that come forward and say this abuse of power is not okay. We've got to protect those people too.
We should mention what the sanctions are. It was almost $60 million in fines, 4 bowl games. Is that correct, Jim? They'll have
they're not eligible for a bowl game for 4 years. Reduced number of scholarships.
Yeah. So some of the students feel like they're the ones who are being punished. How do they process that? And does it help the victims feel any better?
Well, yes, I think that it probably will make the victims feel better, because usually when people receive justice in the criminal justice system, they feel vindicated that what they went through really is a crime and serious.
And the students?
The students, you know, I think that the students need to remember that individuals can change individual behavior. So we as parents have to get involved and say every kid's our business and we care about what happens to every kid. But sanctions change huge organizations where there's power and secrecy. And so that's what was needed in this case.
So how should we view Coach Joe Paterno? Did so much for that university. He and his wife were responsible for generating millions and millions of dollars in scholarships and money for the library and all of those things. And yet it's clear now that he looked the other way.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes people can do really good in one area and really fall down in other areas. And unfortunately, this was a huge fall because, you know, 30 years ago, we didn't think childhood sexual abuse was a big deal. People didn't think it was a big crime, and now people realize it's devastating. It ruins lives.
Dr. Raja, if I can just ask you very, very quickly, in the wake of the Colorado shooting massacre, and I know we're running out of time here, but so many people are just trying to make sense of how somebody without any criminal history can snap. Do you have any quick insights into what could have happened?
I think we have to wait and see what the background on this shooter is, and I think that in the meantime we need to try to protect our kids from all that television, all the television coverage, because they have to feel safe too. So do we.
Dr. Sheela Raja, our resident psychologist, good to see you. Thank you. We should also mention she blogs for the Huffington Post.
She's all over the place.
She's all over the place.
She's our girl.
Got a book coming out?
614.